Hey friend, Roger Christofferson here again with another first listen review. This one is one that I didn't even know was coming out this week, but I was pleasantly surprised with it. I'm going to be very careful with this one because I know prog rock fans, and I'm not here to make anybody mad, and I'm not going to say anything bad about anything in this recording, just so you know. It is Big Train's new release, kind of. It's called Ingenious Devices, and when I say kind of, because it's 3 older songs reworked and stuff added to, and in one case completely re-recorded. It features the vocals of David Longdon, who unfortunately passed away here recently, and it's unfortunate, obviously, for that reason alone. And I only came to know this band probably maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and it's one of these bands that just flew under my radar. And when I first heard them, I was like, how did I always miss this music? This is amazing. I'm not going to even try to explain it, because if you're not a fan of Big Train, then that's kind of hard to describe what they are, but they're an amazing, for the lack of a better description, prog rock band. Not usually extremely heavy, kind of leans more towards the lighter prog styles, like maybe like Yes or Genesis, but I don't want to get too specific in trying to describe it because they're not really that easily pigeonholed. On this compilation, it's 3 previously released songs that are about technology, with one extra one added in as a live with their new vocalist on it, and that's kind of the common thread here. And then they also added a 17-piece orchestra. It was recorded in Abbey Road Studios to this one. I did pick this one up on Bandcamp because, as you guys know that listen to anything I've done, I really promote Bandcamp because it supports the artist directly, and that's what I like about Bandcamp the most. And on the first song, East Coast Racer, they completely re-recorded that one, and they added the solo at the end of it by their guitarist, who's David Gregory. I almost forgot his name. It had only been performed live, so this now features that solo on it. However, he was actually no longer with the band. Actually, there's quite a few people that have changed here in the last year or two, but that's nothing new with this band. I think at this point there's only one original member left, and they've been around, since the early 90s. I don't remember the exact year, but they've been around for quite a while. And they just have gone through a lot of people. I actually have Nick DiVirgilio, who I believe is how you pronounce it, but I could be wrong. He's actually the reason that I found this band, because I was a big fan of Spock's Beard and Neil Morse, who we played with, and I saw that he had gone off and done some other stuff on his own. This is one of the projects he did, or bands he joined actually, and that's how I found these guys. So this band, whatever the members they had in 2019 is basically who recorded all this, if I read that all correctly. And the next couple songs, they changed a couple parts, the drums and the bass and some bass pedals on the song Brooklands. And East Coast Razor and Brooklands are tied together with a new orchestral piece called The Book of Ingenious Devices, which is where they got the name of the album from. So that was actually, I'm not really into orchestral stuff, but that tied the 2 songs together very nicely. And then they also added some guitar and violin to Voyager, and I thought that they all flowed together very, very good. It brought a new life to the songs. I feel like this was just something that was thrown together to bide the time or whatever for a new album. And then the last song, Atlantic Cable, was actually recorded in 2022, September of 2022 last year. And I think the new singer actually did a very good job carrying on with the the style of the music that David sang. Although David joined the band, I believe, in 2009, so this wasn't, they had been around before him, so I'm glad they're carrying on after as well. He also was involved in many projects. He actually just released a solo album, posthumous, there last year, which is I actually picked that one up. It's a really good album too, so if you get a chance to hear any of his other stuff, go check it out. He's just got really one of those nice, pleasant sounding voices that it's one of those things you can just listen to all day long. So I'm not going to say too much more about this one. Just that if you're a kind of on the fence of whether to buy this. If you're a big Train fan, you probably already have it, and if you're not and you like this style of music, definitely worth picking up, as well as the earlier stuff. I've never heard anything by this band that I didn't like. I actually haven't had a chance to collect everything from them, but I do have a lot of their stuff, because when I kind of dive into a band, I always try to go back and get as much of their stuff as I possibly can. So that's no exception here. One of my favorites is actually one of the earlier ones, English Boy Wonders, and that one's just always been one of my favorite ones. And then English Electric Part 1 and 2 are two that I got that I really have listened to over and over and over again. I really enjoy those ones as well. Like I said, nothing bad ever that they've ever put out. So worth a listen if you're into this style of music. They're always got something new. It never sounds like repetitive or anything. And somehow they have like these big, amazing productions and vocal melodies beyond belief. So, and it's just really interesting the way the interplay of the instruments are with each other. It's not like a normal standard progressive rock band, if there is such a thing, but really good band. So it's worth checking out. I can't endorse them enough. So anyway, that's really all I'm going to have to say about this one. If you guys have anything you want to add, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who know this band a lot better than I do and want to add anything, feel free as always, and please like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next one. See you.